Using. All right. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Let's make sure we live. Give me 1 minute. Make sure everybody can hit us. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Trying to make sure I'm on. Guys can hear me. Give me 1 minute. All right, can't hear me. Had to double check that, but I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. We in the building. Y'all know we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about Floyd Mayweather going broke, B, downgrading houses, downgrading hoes, going broke, hating on Lomachenko, saying there's too many belts. And then I'm gonna give my updated pound for pound list. I am aware that the zone has a card on right now. I just don't care for it. It's just basically indicative of what boxing is today. You got Chocolito and Juan Estrada on the same card, but instead of fighting each other, the zone and whoever promoting the whole thing is letting them fight in separate bouts. So I can care less. When the smaller weight classes start acting uppity, who really cares? But don't forget, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links are in the description. If you ever have a question, whatever, you can hit me up there. Twitter's the fastest way, then Facebook, then Instagram. But other than that, let's get to it. 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 Black Pill salute. I was that hating saying there's too many belts. Hold on. Slow down, little pussy got some power. Little Delta go to Iowa. That little pussy got some. Hold on. You talking about Floyd? TBE. I can't believe you talking about Floyd like this. I love Floyd. I die for Floyd, man. I agree with him. All lives matter. Oh man, he talking about Floyd, man. I'm about to cry. I can't. Ooh. Oh, I can't believe it. Black Pill in here. Ooh, Floyd to be Muhammad Ali. Ooh, yes you will. Shut up. Nobody asked you to talk. All-Star Sport, because Floyd, the same dude who says I beat the most world champions, but now belts got him tight. Man, all his fighters, if y'all want to start off there, all his fighters got regular belts or fighting for regular belts. Badu Jack just fought Jean Pascal for a regular belt. He had the regular belt, and then he dropped it because he didn't want to fight Beaver. Who else we got? Tank fought for a regular belt versus Gamboa. When Tank fought Clayar, that was for a regular belt. But Floyd Mayweather allegedly sent some money to the WBA. They downgraded Alberto Machado to regular champion, and Tank fought a guy coming off a loss, moving up in weight for super champion. So come on, what is you talking about? What is you talking about? Shut up before I block you. Shut up. Rolly got a fake belt. You can keep going on. How you gonna talk about there's too many belts and all your fighters do is fight for fake belts? Shit, Jalen Love probably fought for fake belts. Lomachenko can't lose. So what? So can Floyd if he fought somebody. If you drop Floyd in the 80s, man, Floyd would have 17 losses. He has 17 losses. So how you gonna cry? How you gonna cry about there being too many belts in boxing, and you only want real world titles, but all your fighters fighting for secondary and fake belts? Broly just fought for a fake belt. Sugar Short salute. How you gonna say there's too many belts and Javante fighting for a fake belt next week? Yeah, Angelo Leo's their only real champion. They don't even promote him, and he can fight. And you know what? I'll probably pick him to beat Stephen Fulton too. I'll take some bets on that. Angelo Leo, the only real champ on Mayweather Promotions right now, and he don't get no promotions. I'm gonna ask Johnny, can he have him come on? I had Angelo Leo come on. I'm gonna see if Angelo Leo want to come on. I'm gonna ask Johnny, can he get him on? I'll get Angelo Leo some promo because he gonna be a man of his word and he's still gonna fight Stephen Fulton. I think he gonna win. I'm gonna see if I can get him on. He gonna, man, hope he knock Fulton dick. I ain't got nothing against Fulton. I just don't. I think they're both good fighters. I just think Leo got the style to beat him. Floyd turned down Cotto before Cotto fought Margarito. I really thought Cotto could have upset him. Yeah. At 47, I think he could have. That was the best version of Miguel Cotto. At 140, Floyd would have knocked his dick in the dirt. There's no doubt about it. But I just think Floyd just would have found a way to win. At 47, Cotto was more of a powerhouse. At 54, he was more of a boxer. So, I mean, I don't really put it past him. I still probably would have favored Floyd. Francisco, salute. Great point, but Leo. Yeah, he don't get no shine. I'm gonna see if I get him on, bro. I fuck with Angelo Leo. What's good? What's going on, Sturdy Q? He said Tank about the stuff. Who cares? Who cares? It ain't like he about to go stump Gary Russell. It ain't like he about to go stump Teofimo Lopez. It ain't like he stumped Lomachenko. I think he's gonna be a more entertaining fight than Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. If you want to take it there, I think it'll be a more entertaining fight. Haney can whoop all. Oh, nobody said Haney couldn't whoop all of them. I think he can. Stop putting words in people's mouth. He got his arms long, his feet good. Gary don't want the smoke. Wasn't it Tank that didn't want the Gary Russell fight? Wasn't it Leo Santa Cruz that didn't want the Gary Russell fight? Stop it. I just love how everybody got their own imagination about boxing. Gary Russell said, let's get it. Tank, Gary Russell, he don't sell no tickets, Leo, everybody love Leo. I mean, I think Leonard, he said Gary ran from Haney. So what? Haney 2 weight classes above him. I ain't want to see that. We already knew what was gonna happen. What about Tank? What about Leo Santa Cruz? Come on, get out of here. I think Tank can beat Gary Russell, but Tank don't think so. I don't want to fight Gary. It don't sell. Why not? So why call out? I don't know. Ask him. Ask him. He do anything for clout. Super featherweights is mad. Get out of here. Man, these dudes are just terrible, bro. Go do something with your Saturday night, man. Because you won't be up in here. Go do something with your Saturday night. Go do something. Go listen to Sherelle. Saturday love. Go listen to some Alexander O'Neal and some Sherelle. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Go Joshua. Go listen. Go Joshua on Twitter. Salute, bro. Go listen to Sherelle and Alexander O'Neal. Y'all, Alexander O'Neal, my nigga. Let me say that real quick. Y'all, you got to put on some Alexander O'Neal. I mess with Alexander O'Neal. I went back when Pandora was hot, before they came out with these streaming services. Man, you put on Alexander O'Neal playlist. Whew. He said, how much you going to do for Leo? It don't matter, whatever you want to bet. I just like the style. I like that other kid, too, from Muskegon and Saginaw. I get them mixed up. I don't know why. The dude that fought on that undercard, hey, I take him on the channel, too. I take all the small guys. Shank should beat Leo, but I wouldn't be shocked if Leo win. I ain't shocked at nothing in boxing no more. Tank is a talented young fella, bro. I like the way Tank fight. It's just, he ain't got that focus. Floyd, Gary, stop dissing my fighter. I ain't never seen nothing like that before. Floyd told him to stop picking on Gary Russell. I ain't never seen that before. Salute, OD. Salute. S Valley Boy. Salute, SS Valley Boy. Salute. Give my mans the boot like the foot, like work at Foot Locker. What J Rock say? Hey, what J Rock say? Beat you up, take your shoes, and tell you to kick it where Foot Locker is. Raise on salute. But yeah, we can talk about the belts first. There's a ton of belts in boxing. My whole thing is this: if I ran boxing, it'd only be 3 sanctioned belt bodies. It'd be 2 major belts. And then when you form those 2 major belts together, you can get the lineal. If you believe in the lineal. And then I have a developmental belt. That's it. I have like a a belt that's like the NABA, whatever like that for prospects, but it only should be 2 belts. But now when you look at the sanctioned belt bar, we're not saying what Floyd not saying is factual. It's factual because the WBC got the silver, the diamond. When somebody like Roy Jones fight, or when they want to be a part of a fight that neither fighter got the belt. So you got that belt, the honorary belt, you got the silver belt, you got the diamond belt, you got the intern belt, you got the regular belt, now you got the super belt. They got 6 titles. That's not including the intercontinental belt and then they belts and regional belts. The WBA, regular, super, gold, intern. I mean, they got too many belts too. Kofi, salute. The only satchel, he say, where's Tank gonna run? 30, Shakira finna be there with Haney at 35. I see Haney moving out of there, quite frankly, but I think at a fight or two, Haney will be out of there. So, I mean, they all eventually catch up with each other. He said, I see now Nazim Russell gave Fulton, what is that? Going, he said, I see Nasheem Richardson going that Fulton Rising, I think he meant. I think that's what that is. With Jerron and his dad now. Oh, he with him? I like Jerron and his daddy. I get him on. I have him on too. But to carry on about the belts, yeah, it's too many belts. The only honorable belt is the IBF, but they sanction the belt body, so they top 15 is, in the landscape of boxing is terrible right now. So that's the only issue with them. In the WBO, it's what Bob ordered, what Oscar De La Hoya ordered, what Frank Warren ordered. So they got too many bad ties with Bob, Frank Warren, and Oscar De La Hoya. So, but they got the right ideal. The super champion is not a belt. A super champion for the WBO is granted to a fighter that's been defending or special, and it grants them if they move up to be the mandatory, if they move down to be the mandatory. So that's not a different belt. You earn, if you get all the belts or you unify belts, then they say you're the super champion. But all these belts in boxing is because of guys like Floyd. You know what I'm saying? All those guys like Floyd who pay the WBA allegedly because he don't want Jackson Martinez to get a rematch with Rolly. That's a fact. All right. All his fighters fight for secondary and third titles and stuff of that nature. But guys like him, Al Heyman, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, Queensberry Promotions, Kathy Duva, Main Events, all of these guys, Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya, the only guy that's consistently willing to make the best fights in boxing. Does he have to work with other promoters to stay afloat? Absolutely. But that's the beauty about Oscar De La Hoya right now, because Oscar De La Hoya he thirsty. So he is selling ours to fight Lomachenko. He'll let Chavez, who's an Al Heyman fighter at the time, come over and fight Canelo. He will legitimately make Jamal Charlo and Canelo. Canelo don't want that fight. He'll make the Triple G trilogy 4, 5. He tried to make Leo Santa Cruz and Rigondeaux. Al Heyman botched that. That's a fight. That's a fact. Oscar he fought the best as a fighter, and as a promoter, he wants the best fights. But the problem is Al Heyman, he don't want to work with nobody no more because he know his fighters ain't that good. But Al Heyman don't know nothing about boxing. If he did, he wouldn't make certain matchups. He wouldn't make certain matchups. If he said, good question, Ideal Perez. He said, good question. How many belts should there be in boxing? Well, I just said 2. 3, including a developmental belt for prospects. So my whole thing is this. If you say it's too many belts, then have your fighters drop all them fake belts they got. Only one that got a real belt is Angelo Leo. And guess what belt Angelo Leo got? He with Mayweather, PBC, same thing, Showtime. He got the WBO. The same belt that they say that Crawford, they don't want that Crawford got. The same belt that they want Castanos to go get and unify with Jamil Charlo. So if Floyd really about it, have all the fighters on Mayweather Promotions, all the fighters on PBC, drop all the fake belts. Don't recognize the fake belts. Every time you see a WBA belt on a Fox or FS1 or Impact or Showtime or Bounce, wherever they doing fights at, don't recognize it. PBC recognize more fake titles than damn near any other promotional company. All they doing is funding, all the Spanish communities, Hispanic communities, wherever else these sanctioning belt bodies from, other than the IBF. So if Floyd want to start something different, Drop all the fake belts on PBC and Mayweather Promotions. Let's only recognize real world titles. 4 is way too many to begin with. Everybody is going to be a world champion. Everybody going to say, I was a 10-time world champion in 3 or 4 different weight classes. I deserve to be a Hall of Fame. In actuality, it's a lot of guys that go through these weight classes, like Manny Pacquiao, like Floyd Mayweather, that's being called champion, but they ain't did nothing to be the champion. All they did was to get the best and the easiest route to the title. If it was 2 titles, it's a guarantee that Keith Thurman would have fought Errol Spence because he would have had to. It's a guarantee that Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford would have had to thump. It's a guarantee that you wouldn't get all these fake mandatories with these Okondos and these Kenichi Ogawas and these Takashi Inuyuwa. You wouldn't get these fights. If there was only 2 ranking systems, or better yet, in a real world, it would never be 2 rankings. Let's say if it was 4 sanctioned belt bodies as there is now, they each had 1 belt. If they all used the same pool of fighters, and what I mean, they top 15 would have to be 95% the same fighters. If the sanctioned belt bodies if they used the same rule book, if they had a roundtable meeting every 3 or every 6 months, if they all had the same rules, if they all stood together being one, let's say they ordered Tim Bradley to fight Errol Spence back in the day. And let's say Tim Bradley said no. Well, Tim Bradley can't be ranked in the WBC rankings. He can't fight for the belt no matter what for 12 months. The WBO said, well, he can't fight here for 6 months. The WBA said he can't fight here for 6 months. The IBF said he can't fight here for 6 months. So would you have the issues you had? No, could nobody duck no championship fights? Could nobody duck no title eliminations? Because if you did, you can't fight, another sanctioned belt bodies for 6 months, or that particular sanctioned belt body for 12 months. If they all had the same rules and picked from the same top 15 players, let's just say 95%, they could have 1 or 2 different people in their top 15. You wouldn't get what you got now. Too many rules. If Big Baby Miller failed a drug test in the WBA, he can fight in the WBC. It's too many rules. Same thing with the commissions. California, New York, Texas, down there in the DMV in New York and Jersey, and let's say Philadelphia. Let's just say the top hotbed boxing. Whenever you see boxers on, boxing fighting at the most. You shouldn't be able to stack your raps in Vegas or take something in Vegas if you can't take it in New York. All the commissions need to have the same sanctioned belt by either once or twice a year or 4 times a year. They should have a roundtable meeting. Same for the sanctioned belt bodies, same for the commissions. It should be no different. Everybody should have the same rules. Everybody should stand by each other. You would get the best fights. If the IBF, WBO, WBC, and WBA had the same rules, 95% the same fighters in their top 15, you wouldn't have no issues. You can't just say let's water it down to 4 belts, and let's say if somebody get injured or have a traumatic experience, 15 belts. I mean, intern belts. So you have 8 belts at a time at the most. Even if you still have intern belts, just in case for injuries or traumatic experiences or medical issues, you still would have to have the same rule. I shouldn't be able to shoot some shit up my butt and to get kicked out the WBA because I failed a drug testing protocol, but go to Arizona and fight and get to fight for the WBO. Those sanctioned belt bodies need reform. They need the same rules. They need the same 95%, the same boxing pool for their top 15s, and you will stop getting corruption. Straight up and down. Even if you keep the same belts the way you keeping the same belts, if they had the same rules, if they had everything I said, if somebody duck a title eliminator or duck a title fight, they out for 12 months, they can't fight for a title, they can't fight for a title in others, you wouldn't have no more ducks. It's a fact, and Floyd got a point, but then how you going to say, oh, it's too many belts in boxing, but the majority of your fighters hold fake belts? Straight up and down. The WBA was the original belt, I think. I think it was the original lineal belt. It was the first belt. It was called something else back in the day. It's the first belt. All of them been corrupt. The WBC got a bias towards Hispanics. I mean, I would too. You know what I'm saying? The WBC been sued. We know the WBA corrupt. The WBO they getting sued right now by Austin Trout. The IBF got sued, but I think for having a special relationship, if my memory serves me correctly, with Lou DiBella. He said, AB going to Tampa, it's over. No, in football, just because you got a super team, it don't mean it's over. It's not 7-game, 5-game series like it was back in the 90s and 80s. You know, anything can happen. Anybody can get injured. Tampa don't have no line. That's that issue. So super teams in football don't work. It don't mean it's a short thing. But football, a high injury, and football is just a different sport. Any given Sunday. Last Christian Alpha Male salute. He said, one belt like the UFC and Bellator, that's why they're above boxing. One belt is not confusing. One sanction. I mean, one belt would be ideal, but the difference is with one belt, why you need two is there's too many fighters in boxing. I mean, we can go into boxing reform in general. You would need a international commission, a national commission in the United States. You would need all the major commissions to have the same rule books, right? If you have one belt, it's not like in UFC. I don't know how many fighters they got in the division, but in boxing, you forgetting they got fighters in the continent of Africa that's fighting out of them commissions and out, different countries. And so one belt would be ideal, but the problem with that is boxing has too many athletes in it, too many boxers to have one belt. It's just the truth. It's just too many boxers. If it was just, in the United States, then yeah, you can have one belt for the United States. But at the same time, I just think the fighter pool is too deep for one belt. But I would love one belt. I mean, you would consistently get the best fight, but we being realistic. Benjamin Foe coming with the race stuff. I ain't mad at it. UFC had white fighter also drawing white American stuff. Boxing got white fighters, that talk clean English. Tyson Fury, Billy Joe Saunders, Caleb Plant. That ain't the difference. What Dana White did is he built the UFC on a when he kind of took over, he built the UFC on a platform that's where everybody can see it at for free. And then also he don't pay his fighters nothing, so it is what it is. Dr. Blick, salute. But you can come on if you want, Dr. Blick. But WBA was it was the NBA belt. Was it the NBA or NAB? I think it was NAB, my bro. bro. But I mean, we can go. I mean, we can talk about belt reform all day. I can go back to it if somebody asks in the Q&A part. But we can move on to Floyd going broke. Now, Floyd is doing an event in Miami. It just so happened that I gotta put my headphones on first, but I'll send it to you. But it just so happened that Nate Campbell will be at that event, right? That's funny because he can't stand Floyd. Well, he'll be at that event. And with him being at that event, Floyd is throwing in Miami. Floyd just sold a house and lost $1 million in value on the house. So he pays, I'll pull the story up in a minute. He paid like over $6 million, 6.3, I think to be exact. And he sold it for less than 1.1. He sold it for less than 6.3. He sold it for like $5 million or whatever it was. And what people got to understand is that this ain't for this ain't really basketball. You seen Roberto Duran? He probably, I think, fall into his 50s. If my memory serves me correctly, he fought into his 50s. Okay, and he fought for the love of the game. But what you got to understand, Floyd ain't coming back and talking about fighting Khabib and Conor McGregor in a rematch. He ain't talking about fighting them for a couple $1 million or fighting him for the love of the game. I don't know why the Samsung Pay keep coming up on my phone. But Floyd got to keep fighting because Floyd, he don't have income that can really supplement what he losing. Ain't nobody going all the way to Japan to get paid. Ain't nobody going to Japan to get paid. I'm trying to do two things at once. Going to Japan, to fight a little super featherweight, that money getting funny. I mean, it's just obvious. He keep all them women around. That's a fact. He begging, he blowing up Conor McGregor, Khabib for months. Blowing his phone up, asking, begging for the fight. Floyd need money. Whatever investments he got going on, I'm not gonna say no names, but it's a few people that's at the top of PBC that's losing properties, that's losing money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna put it in the chat, Dr. Blick, so you can see it. If Banco listening, you can jump on if you want. No, I put the wrong link in there. Give me a minute. My bad. Wrong link, brother. Wrong link. But yeah, you can just tell. I don't care if he losing money or not. But when you sell a Miami a house for $1 million less than market value, that ain't like 500,000. And you know what? By him saving that house, he probably gonna save $1 million, annually, because you got insurance, you got lights, you got water, all that shit got to keep going. And then you got hurricane season coming or eventually coming. Then you got that. So what people got to understand is, and I don't know. I mean, most of us understand it because we pay bills, and when you got all that many cars, Naquan Gay, salute. When you got that many cars, guess what? You got insurance. Other than that, you got to renew them. In some states, it costs. I heard somebody say they paid $1,000 to renew their tags. $1,000 to renew your tags? Come on. So if he got all those cars, and let's say he got 20 cars. He got cars in Miami. He got cars in LA. He got a car in cars in California. Let's say he got 300 cars, right? He got 300 cars. And let's say the insurance, let's just say for Floyd, the insurance is $100 on each car. The registration, let's just say nice, is $500 on each car. Every year, that's adding up. You got those properties sitting there. You got to pay somebody to manage them. You got the water. You got the heat. You got to keep those things going, because if you shut the water off, the pipes will get rusty or old, depending on where you live at. If you live in a colder state, it's going to take longer. He's trying to keep up this facade that he Money Mayweather. You ain't got to be that. When The Rock go home, he don't be in the kitchen. If you smell the scrambled eggs that Dwayne Johnson is, when Stone Cold go home, dun, give me a hill. He don't go into his living room and give me a hill. Yeah, no, he go there, crack his beer, and crack his beer and be cool. Floyd got to know. Guess what? I'm grown. Young, fresh, fly, and flashy. I'm older. Keeping all the monies around, keeping all the women around, buying the biggest purse. All that shit cute. But guess what? Greater men who've made greater money than you then failed. Mike Tyson made a ton of money, failed. Evander Holyfield made just as much money as Floyd, failed. All these football players that get pushed through school and don't know nothing. Eventually, you should get your education. You should get your account. They fail. Chris McAllister, for people remember, he was one of the best corners in the league. Played on the first championship Ray Lewis won. I think Baltimore won because remember they was the original Cleveland Browns. For people who didn't know that, he lived in his mama's basement. Dude, if you went to college and you became a football player, you at least got 3 years in. You at least had the summers to make that up. Ain't no way you should have left college without a respectable degree. That's on him. They said last year Forbes named Floyd boxing champ the highest paid athlete of the decade, earning $915 million. Professional boxer Floyd Mayweather sold his waterfront Miami Beach home for $6.3 million, taking a loss over $1 million. Records show that Mayweather, trustee of the West Coast Legacy Trust, sold the property on 550 Pine Tree Drive to Julian and I don't know her name, Natalia Sabin. Okay, the boxing champ bought the 4-bedroom, 5-bathroom house in 2016 for $7.7 million. According to records, that means Floyd, who is known as the Money Mayweather, took a $1.4 million loss on the sale. Last year, Forbes named Floyd, obviously what I said. If you business savvy, and guess what? Oh, my bad. Dr. Blick said, no, got this nigga sitting in the queue. I ain't used to this shit yet. But if you look at Floyd, if you got money, right, let's say you get money, you ain't in a rush to sell no house for what I say over $1 million loss. You can sit on that. And I heard Girl Collections was a money trap. Go check out Urban Politician YouTube channel. He cool. He down there in Houston. He went there. He got a huge. Just put in Urban Politician and Girl Collection. He got a whole review on Girl Collection. They charged him parking, and he pulled up in an Uber or a Lyft, whatever it was. Dr. Blue, you on? Hold on, Dr. Blue. Hold on.
Oh yeah, I
I
heard
got
about.
you.
I saw that
I know
video.
what's going on.
Yo, can you hear me?
Give me a minute.
Can you hear me?
Dr. Blick, I see you. I hear you now. I got you. I have my shit wrong.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Hold on. Let me put my. Hold on, I'm putting my shit down. But yeah, when you talk about it, if you sitting on money, you ain't about to take the $1 million loss. You know what I'm saying? Look here, man. If I got money to burn and I'm sitting pretty and I'm holding all this money in my hand, and I'm selling, let's say I'm selling my car outside. I'm selling one of my cars, and I want 10 racks from my old school. Let's just say I want 10. And motherfucker come and say I got 7.5 for you. I can do 9. If you my homeboy, I can do 8.5, maybe 8.1 if you a family member, maybe 8. But I'm not taking no 7.5. You don't take losses like that unless you need to get money. You don't. I heard a lot of them dudes in PBC, not named Al Heyman, is losing businesses. They losing money. They got problems with them people. They got the 3-letter people in America. They losing money. What you think about it, Dr. Blake?
Yo.
Yeah, what you think about it?
Floyd is. I feel like his lifestyle is too expensive for the fact that he's not boxing no more. I know, and a lot of the time, if you look at his Mayweather promotion, he doesn't have that many good fighters. A lot of his fighters are terrible. And I did see that video that you linked about that one dude that went to Girls Collection. That he said it was just a big trap and it was trash. So I'm not surprised. Actually, in the UK, Floyd was actually doing modeling for Boohoo. Like when you go on the underground, you see a picture of Floyd doing modeling.
And then he was doing window commercials. Don't forget he had that window commercial in the UK too.
Yep. And it was on Sharon Sharp's podcast.
And then don't forget he didn't even have the money to bring Shakur Stevenson to Mayweather Promotions.
I'm surprised.
You know,
because he owns part of PBC, he shouldn't be having this issue.
He ain't the only one though.
That's
he ain't the only one. They having money issues. Al Heyman ain't gonna have no money issues, but you know, like I said with Floyd, he can flaunt all he wants to. But we know what it is. He ain't got the. If I'm not about to keep taking no punishment upside the head, if I can go make $100, $200, $300 million in 7 different ways. And how good? I mean, what is Al probably telling him? You know,
cut down on all the women he pays for.
Yeah, and all it's gonna do is make one false move for Floyd, and one of the women get to screaming and say he touched him. Everybody gonna believe him.
Yeah, you already got done for beating up women.
Yep. And his mother of his kids. I forgot why
saying that he did do that.
that he did do it.
Yeah, there's a clip. He said, "So what? She was wrecking my shit. I worked long and hard for this shit." There's a whole clip of him saying that. It's like a really old clip.
That's why his kids don't respect him. You know what I'm saying? But he said the last Christian alpha male said, "I just hate the way boxer promoters boxer promotes their fights. I post upcoming fights on social media and people comment saying I didn't know boxing come on." I mean, there's no way to promote. There's no known way to promote boxing. The only known way to promote combat sports in the 21st century is what Dana White is doing. That's the only known way. Appreciate the donation.
Fighting tomorrow.
We was gonna go live, but I'm going out to dinner. If I can fit it in, we will go live. Me and Lion Killer. So he said Floyd make any conversation. I mean, you got humble greats. You got Barry Sanders, Emmett Smith. You got not so humble greats. Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali. You know, I think Floyd take it to a new level. You know, but I mean that is what it is. You go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that I still don't understand why they put Tank on pay-per-view.
Maybe as
even though I'm seeing stuff in YouTube adverts and stuff, I'm seeing them advertise on YouTube before I watch a video.
Oh, don't forget Floyd doing cameos too. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
You don't forget Floyd doing cameos.
I'm not surprised at Floyd doing cameos.
Me neither. I get big enough. I'll be doing them too.
Tank can't talk. Tank is
Oh, that's why
Tank
he
is one of
talking
the
for
most
Tank.
boring people when it comes to hearing him what you gotta say.
And his trainer more. I'd rather hear his trainer talk. Real talk. His trainer should. I mean, his trainer should do the talking for him. But Floyd is just a mouth.
Talks like he's slow.
I want a Subway, cold cut, wheat
Yo, see,
bread.
imagine if he got punch drunk. Like if he
He gonna be like
damage to the
James
brain.
Tony. He gonna be like James Tony. I want it back again. I love James. So you gonna need one of them things with a bouncy ball for Tank to talk when if
Yeah,
he get
good
punched
defense
up.
as well.
Yeah, Tank can fight, Tank can brawl, Tank can box. So Tank is the complete boxer. He just remind you of Mike Tyson. He just got a lot going on. His upbringing wasn't so good, so it's understandable the way he is. Shout out to Lawrence Williams. He had a good stream going on earlier, breaking down the fights this weekend, which I seen Cuzio can't fight, but it is what it is. But shout out to Lawrence Williams. Check his channel out. But I mean, you got anything to say about all those belts in boxing before we move on to the pound for pound list? You hear me? Dr. Blake.
Hold on 1 minute.
All right, good. All right, cool. He said Calvin is a star. I didn't see episode 2 if it dropped. I seen the first one. I'll do a review on it. Before Dr. Blick come back, I want Tank to succeed, bro. I don't want to see no brother not succeed. I want him to be good, but I can't praise him when he don't deserve to be praised. But good fighter, if he stopped Leo Santa Cruz, he supposed to. But him and Gary Russell should fight. That'd be big in the DMV. That'd be big at the Barclays Center. That'd be big anywhere. He should be able to beat all the 26 pounders. He should be able to beat all the 30 pounders. But we know he's not gonna fight Lomachenko at this point. I wouldn't. After he lost twice, I wouldn't fight him twice. I wouldn't fight him. For what? He lost twice already. Real talk. I wouldn't fight Lomachenko. Shoot. I wouldn't fight his mama. He said what?
You think Tank will fight Lopez?
I think Lopez gonna move up. Eventually, they may do it. I think he can hang with Lopez. I can see him winning that fight. You just don't know. You gotta see Tank tested first. We seen Lopez.
Well, I don't know. Tank. Let's go.
You said what?
Quitting.
Yeah, I don't think Teofimo Lopez got no quit him because he go back to that corner. His daddy gonna do the quit on him. So, guys like Lopez and Bill. What's interesting? I think the Daddy Boys ain't gonna quit. So I don't think the Daddy Boys gonna quit. But I think Tank should do what he gonna do. I don't think Leo quit neither because they got to kill Leo in that ring. Leo came from poverty, and also Leo Santa Cruz too. His I just think his Mexican fan base ain't gonna let him quit. I wouldn't. So I don't see neither one of these guys quit. Whoever wins Sunday, if they win, next Saturday by stoppage, they gonna earn it though. I kind of, you watching Leo's story, you kind of want to root for him. He said Floyd be paying these women to be around them. Yeah, right. Like ain't no sturdy Q, ain't no real heterosexual masculine male doing that. I don't feel the need to be around to have 4 women around at the same time. Some people may do. What's the need about that? We know Floyd can have almost any woman he wants to. Floyd just want. I guess it's just a flex. He trying to just be the Black Hugh Hefner. I ain't mad at it, but I don't need to have 4 or 5 women to validate me. The brokest dude can have 4 or 5 women. He could be in a poly relationship. Tank versus Haney should happen to fight. Lopez gonna be moving up. That's what everybody forget. Pound for pound boxing channel salute. Everybody gonna forget Lopez moving up. He can't make 135 more than one more fight. So Lopez, ain't staying at 35. He going to 40. All them belts about to be dispersed. Him and Zepeda, Barboza, they gonna fight. It won't be no top rank undisputed again at 140 because Al ain't gonna let that happen. Mr. Sheldon, salute. Shout out to everybody on Facebook and Twitter too. I see Neutral Natural salute. He insecure. He insecure. And he really wanted. He see Adrian Broner. And what's so sad about it, if you ever had a friend You know, he might get all the hoes, he might have a car, he might have everything, but you might have one thing. You might just be smart. You might just be technology savvy. He always envy you over just the one thing that you do good. You know what I'm saying? It's always do, and I see my friends, you know, get money. When I was younger, that just made me motivate me to step it up. If I see my man's had a threesome in college, that just made me want to get 3 chicks and have a threesome. I'm not gonna try to backdoor him and get the 2 chicks. It supposed to motivate you. But a lot of guys that you hang around with as you in your teenage years and your 20s, shit, some people don't get this hint today, you know, casket fresh. A lot of guys you hanging around, you know, they ain't happy for you. You know, they really just around you just for company and just for what you bring in, you know, to the table. But you know, it is what it is. You know, T.O. look drained. But I mean, it's, you know, superb, supreme. You know, I just try to give a little bit of game of my life experiences. You know, everybody ain't your friend. He said all dudes got 4 or 5 on the roster. He should just got them all in the game. I mean, no, he ain't got 4 or 5. He got like 20. He got like 20 women in one room. You know, he got 20 women in one room. We ain't talking about 4 or 5. We talking about like 15, 20. How Al go stop T.O. from getting all the belts at 40? How won't he? Tax tag. Because when those belts go up for undisputed, guess what happened? Mario's gonna be in position to get one. Adrian Broner gonna be in position to get one. Regis Progress gonna be in position to get one. Mikey might be in position to get one. So he can't get all the belts unless he puts Teofimo Lopez in the winner with Josh Taylor and Ramirez. And the only way that's gonna happen if T.O. win and fight Crawford next, that's not gonna happen. So he said Floyd had a baby with one of them. Didn't know that. I know Tank was dating one of them out of all the women in the world. But let's get into this pound for pound list. Dun, 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 dun. Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he read at his home. And when he died, all he left us was alone. All right, this is the real official pound for pound list. The real official pound for pound list. Not Dan Rayfield, not Stevie Kim, not who else we had? Spring TV. I'm gonna start from the bottom to the top. Number 10, I got a guy that's fighting tonight, Juan Estrada. I'll talk about the guys that didn't make it. Number 9, I got a cruiserweight in there. I got Marius British. I felt he beat Usyk, but he got robbed or he lost a close fight. So I got him at 9. Number 8, I got Manny Pacquiao. I got to put Pacquiao in there. Number 7, I got a New York. I don't have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He had a hard time fighting a 50-year-old Nonito Donaire. Go ahead.
Bucket.
Yeah, man. What you got?
Scott Sports. Yo, my internet been bugging. But,
so what kind of internet you got on the UK?
What were you saying?
What kind of internet you got in the UK? It's still going, man. You better get your internet together. See? Better get your internet together, man. Restart your router. Unplug it. Restart it from the provider. But number 6, we got Josh Taylor. He's soon to be on the
no. Hold on.
Yeah. When you come back, you want to mute your. Yeah, he's gone. All right, his internet messing up. Number 5, we got Well, I play video games. Tony Harrison beat me. Jamel Charlo at number 5 for me. Y'all got Earl Spence. You know, I don't want to fight Crawford, man. I'd rather fight that Ferrari in that pothole again. I got Spence at number 4. Number 3, y'all know my guy, my man's Arthur Better BF is my number 3 pound for pound fighter. Come on, who else made somebody retire in boxing? I mean, what was Goldsvick? 28 years old. He made that man retire. I beat Monkey Boy Adonis Stevenson and Arthur, Better BF, I was crying in the ring and his buzzy punches was just too much. He told me before the fight and Instagram DM that he was going to make me retire and I knew it. I had nothing but one more fights left, but Long as I didn't lose to Black Monkey Boy, I have no shame losing to another fellow, Eastern European fighter. So, shout out to better BF. And number two, I got Canelo. He would be number one if it wasn't for all the advantages and the OJ, the juice is loose, and all the close fights. But I mean, he number two with an asterisk, and y'all know number one, the illest nigga in Nebraska. Terrence Crawford. If Canelo was a clean fighter and then, all these stuff surrounding him, he would by far be the number one fighter. Now, what you got to understand is this. We don't rank heavyweights. Pound for pound was created for the smaller weight classes to compete with the heavyweights. We don't rank heavyweights. Usyk, if he was a cruiserweight, he'd easily be on my list. Okay? I mean, AJ, Fury, you can make a case for Wilder. I don't have any, but pound for pound is everything below heavyweight. I know most people don't have a cruiserweight in there. I have an interest. Oh, yeah, I got Teofimo Lopez in there somewhere. Hold on. My bad. I messed my list up. My bad. He supposed to be in there. Now, I would have to say him and Estrada is tied for 10. So I ain't going to knock Estrada off of there, but I thought I put him on my list. Lopez is tied for 10. All right, my bad. But I still got my 10 is Bud. Canelo would be number one if it wasn't for the BS, but he got an asterisk. Better BF is 3. Spence is 4. Jamel is 5. Josh Taylor is 6. Onuyiwa is 7. Pacquiao is 8. Mieres Bridas is 9. And I think Juan Estrada and Teofimo Lopez is 10. So that was my bad. I thought I wrote it down. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what your list is. I don't care if you got Triple G Mama on there. I ain't trying to hear that. I don't care what nobody else's list say. You can't have a list if you don't watch all the weight classes in boxing. I pretty much watch them all. He said Arthur Beterbiev is going to have the worst lineal reign than how's he got the worst lineal reign? He would have cleaned up Stevenson. He cleaned up y'all guy. Y'all say, what's kill me is this. What killed me is this. Y'all say he was gonna lose to Goldsvik, right? He make him quit. Not only quit, he retired. Beevil don't want to fight him. If he fought Beevil, he would put Beevil dick entirely in the pavement. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it, can't nobody fade him. Canelo wouldn't dare go up and fight him. He could pump all the HGH up his butt. He can eat all the computer all out the meat he wants to. Better BF would destroy Canelo Alvarez. That's a fact. So when you talking about boxing, you just can't say the welterweights, the middleweights, the light heavyweights. Like, dude, there is an argument that you could put in Invicte somewhere, in the 15 area. I mean, you got Chocolito, you could put him in the 15. You could put him in the 15 area. I mean, who else you got? Which I would say Jose Ramirez got to be there. He might be if he could beat Josh Taylor. Who else you got that's around there? Lomachenko can still be in the top 10, 15 area. He only lost one.
According to ESPN, they got Golovkin at number 10.
Golovkin ain't never was pound for pound, but you could put Lomachenko back on there. You can make a case for Keith Thurman, because he could have beat Pacquiao. Who else you got out there? You can make a case for Jamal Charlo. You can make a case for David Benavidez. If he fly. I mean, we don't rank heavyweight, so I can remember you got because I wrote it down. You got Crawford at 1, but if Canelo flew straight, he would be number 1. Canelo at 2 with an asterisk. Number 3, I got Arthur Better BF. Number 4, I got Errol Spence. Number 5, I got Jamel Charlo. 6, Josh Taylor. 7, Onuyiwa. 8, Pacquiao. 9, Mieres Bridas. And 10, Estrada and Teofimo Lopez. He said, no, Canelo don't beat no Arthur Better Be. Get out of here.
You said that.
Superb Supreme. Super B Supreme.
Better be if it's too strong.
Maybe when he's 40.
You see how you're doing press ups? Push up.
Yeah, with his on his wrist.
Yeah.
He said, I know Brother BF is a killer, but 30. I mean, he did more than Errol Spence and Crawford. Beat Goldsvik. I mean, you could say Crawford beat Victor Postal. He was lineal. Charles said he was gonna lose. I bet wasn't he a betting the underdog to Goldsvik? I think it was a betting underdog. So come on.
But I don't understand why. All he did was beat a really old Adonis Stevenson.
Yup. And then he celebrated Stevenson getting put on the what was that? He got put on a stretcher, and then he ended up getting retired like a fight or two later.
And then
he said, Berterbi got exposed by Muhammad Ali got dropped by Englishmen, bro. Just because you get dropped, that don't mean nothing. Tito Trinidad and Pernell Whitaker was on the canvas religiously.
That don't mean nothing. Uppercutted himself in the fight.
Yeah, and remember, Steve Cunningham put Tyson Fury on the canvas. He almost got knocked out by a cruiserweight.
Yeah, keep in mind, Steve Cunningham wasn't the first person to drop Tyson Fury. He got dropped before, fights before.
Yeah, just because you get dropped mean nothing. Only person I could think of that I don't know if Marvin Hagler officially been dropped, but it happens. He said a couple of times. It happens. Did he get knocked out? No. So I'm not concerned about that if you get dropped. That's your new boxing fan. Or if you get dropped, you a bum. I can say he legit beat Hot Rod, and Hot Rod beat the best PBC light heavyweight in Marcus Brown, most people think.
Marcus Brown.
Exactly. Huh?
Marcus Brown
lost to Hot Rod. Remember that? Oh, you talking about this John Pascal?
He lost the thing as well. What's that other dude? Jim Pascal.
Yeah, Beterbiev is top 5, but I don't think the guys at 75 are going to fight him. Everybody giving Bivol for, he said, everybody giving Bivol for ducking Beterbiev. Imagine if that dude where everyone would fight would be on both guys' neck to make the fight. Yeah, they both Russian, so we don't really know what they think. Beterbiev can't beat 3. He rubbed his first 2. So what? Why can't he be 3? Just because you got 2 belts, Earl Spence shouldn't be on the list at all then. Earl Spence just did everything Keith Thurman did. And Keith Thurman did it how long ago? 3-4 years ago? So Earl Spence should be on the list. He ain't beat nobody that ain't been beat before. And don't give me Mikey Garcia. And don't forget, Lucas Matisse stopped Lamont Peterson in 2 rounds. He said Beterbiev got outclassed. Who Beterbiev got outclassed by?
But he's winning all those fights.
What is he talking about? Who he got outclassed by? Get out of here, bro.
What's crazy? These are the same people that will say that will support Wilder.
Exactly.
Talk about other fighters getting outclassed.
What are you talking about? Minimum Sports Talk. He said, "What's good, Chad? Goodfellas Sports Just TV. Just listening and salute." Like, who did he get outclassed by? That's all I want to know.
Why you getting outclassed?
You can block him if you want to. I don't care. Block him.
He still won the fight.
Bivol ain't beat. I mean, Bivol make it be better. I don't know. It'll be a good fight. Bivol might be up there as one of the most skilled fighters. He got to be somewhere in the top 15 based on skill. Go ahead.
He's a forgotten fight.
Yeah, I mean, and then you talking about like what is your pound for pound criteria? If you just going on accolades alone, Canelo standing on this list by itself.
Yeah, and then you go Pacquiao somewhere.
If you going on in his whole career, if you talking about performances, Anuya just got his jaw broke and went life and death with a 50-year-old Nonito Donaire.
Nonito Donaire could crack at that weight.
And Errol Spence went 12 rounds with a lightweight. And don't give me, he just didn't want to open up. I ain't trying to hear that. If you're going by the eye test, then you got to say Terrence Crawford, Beterbiev. So it's got to be a combination of all 3.
Wait, how are you gonna say he didn't want to open up, man? Why? Michael Garcia was talking so much shit how he could beat you. You gotta put him in his place. You gotta let him know that he don't belong here.
Shout out, salute from Omar. He said shout out to CJ and Dr. Blake. And don't forget, he about to get the Pacquiao fight now.
Nah, it wouldn't happen if he knocked his ass out. Mikey Garcia left that fight with no injuries, nothing.
Nothing. Where would you rank Caleb Plant? CJ, I know his resume. I mean,
you should have
on the eye test. On the eye test, he got to be in the top 10. But if you put everything in there, he could be somewhere in the 15-20 range.
Yeah.
Renardo Tool, salute. Buffalo on the 0-2. Y'all about to get right Sunday with the Jets, though.
Yo, CJ.
Go ahead.
If Errol Spence really should have done what Fury did to Wilder in the second fight.
Man, Fury gave a black man an ass whooping on Black History Month and walked out the arena without a scab on.
Tributing to it.
Milton Natural, I couldn't type everything, but I meant to say if he was black, him and Beaver, all these athletes, all these black fans would be demanding to see Beaver and Better be Evan Beaver fight like Crawford Spence. I think Better.
Let's be honest, no one cares about the lightweight division like that.
Like heavyweight division, this is not American. But they might be in Russia. They might be.
Let's be honest. Who other than you? Who talked about Gossip versus Better Be? Nobody. One talked about that fight.
But I like boxing. That was a good fight. I mean, anybody that knew that fight was a good fight. I like that. What
was it? Better Be fought like he was scared. He was fighting so hard just to make the guy get away from him.
They said he knocked him out in the amateurs though. Better Be knocked him out in the amateurs.
Nah, he looked like someone that was scared to.
Did you hear me? Did you hear me? They
said fight night when you're fighting so hard.
No. They said Better Be knocked him out before.
Oh damn!
So that's probably why.
You got PTSD.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should have made him and Beaver first. I think Beaver. I don't know. That'd been a good fight between him and Beaver. I think Beaver.
How you signing a contract when you're scared of fighting the guy that knocked you out in the amateurs?
And the Russians have no other chance though. They gotta fight because they don't pull in a lot of money. They don't have no chance. Damon, salute. They don't have no chance. But I remember pound for pound is subjective to what you see. If you only cover 4 boxing weight classes, you can't really have a pound for pound list. You got to watch it all. Now, CJ, you ain't watching. Funny. Hold on, CJ, you ain't watching the zone tonight. The only reason I'm not watching the small guys tonight because I'm not about to watch a whole bunch of tune-up fights. Estrada should be fighting Chocolito on that card tonight.
Wait.
But he not.
Nah, what's it? What's his name? Gossip. It was funny when Teddy Atlas was trying to motivate. This guy wanted to quit so bad when he was saying all that motivational shit to him.
You ain't the one getting hit with them. He ain't the one getting hit. That hurt. When that adrenaline roar off and when fatigue gets you, fatigue make cowards of everybody. When fatigue get in.
What's it? Hatman said from a motivational standpoint, Wilder needs a Teddy Atlas.
Yeah, I can agree. That'd be a good fit for Wilder. Teddy Atlas to go up there.
But he said the only issue is Teddy Atlas only works with technically gifted heavyweights.
Teddy Atlas go anything but that. Teddy Atlas go where the money at. Teddy Atlas, you put him in there with Teddy Atlas and keep him upstate New York for a year. He'll be a better. Wilder know how to box. He just don't use his skill no more.
That's what's funny, yo. I saw if you look at Wilder's old fight, even Stavern won. He was boxing better than he's done in his last.
Even in the amateurs.
Yeah, in the amateurs, he was winning rounds.
He can fight. He can box. People just be lying about it. They just don't know. He just relied on that power. Because
people made him. He had that stupid concept of I only need to be perfect for 3 seconds.
Kobe 2K fan said he put him and Kovalev to sleep. I heard in the amateurs. Yeah, Better Be was an animal, bro. When he did the hot rod, man, the hot rod was beating on Marcus Brown. I think it was like one of the first PBC cards. I said he could fight.
Yo, do you know what AJ said and Eddie Hunt? They said, "Where's Wilder at?"
Hold on. Yeah, I seen that. He was on this girl Instagram, caked up with her somebody's birthday. Yeah,
I saw that. He was at like some gathering, an event.
Yeah, Tanaka. Yeah, Tanaka could be on there too. I mean, it's a lot of guys. You could put Tanaka up there with a 9, 10, 8. I mean, you could put him as high as maybe 5. I like Tanaka.
But one thing I can say, Wilder don't look out of shape.
Does he ever? You ain't gonna never see Wilder go around with a pot belly. But if you had to do a heavyweight list, who would be on your heavyweight list? Let's say 5.
We're top 5 heavyweights right now.
Yeah, I'll round some names off for you. Get your juices flowing. Dave Allen. Hold on. Dave Allen. Hold on. Kubrat Puev, Charles Martin.
Oh Lord.
Tom Short.
Puev is the best person you named.
Tony Yoka.
I haven't seen too much of him. He hasn't really fought anybody.
He signed because he got suspended for refusing a drug test in France. Salute. He signed with Top Rank though.
Oh man.
So all right, here we got Fury, Povetkin. Povetkin is on the WBC. He's under Tyson Fury with an ID. I don't know what that means. Deontay Wilder, Usyk, Ortiz, Ruiz, White, Daniel Dubois, Oscar Rivas, Felipe Hrgovic, whatever his name is, Michael Hunter, Joe Joyce, Charles Martin, Effie Jobway, Git Kabak. I don't know that dude's name. But,
man, seeing Dylan White get knocked out was satisfying, man.
Yeah, it was. So if I had to give my 10, I would say Fury, AJ, Wilder would be 3. After that, it's kind of tough.
It is tough. I would say I'll go Povetkin 4.
I would say Povetkin 4. And then basically everybody else, you just projecting how good they'd be.
Yeah, because Ortiz, he's only fought Wilder.
And you got Usyk,
Mm-hmm.
Ruiz, Joseph Parker still in there, Du Bois.
I would say this, man. I think Ortiz is overrated, man.
I mean, somebody got to step up and fight him.
No, I'm not saying this, but I'm just saying I just have a feeling that him as a fight, he's overrated.
I mean, who gonna fight him to find out?
Man, there's no rewards fighting him. What'd you get out fighting Ortiz?
He supposed to be fighting Andrew Ruiz. They were supposed to fight this year, but Ruiz wanted to tune up.
I think Ortiz won that. Ruiz ain't serious.
Yeah, he got all that money, bro. Like, I mean, I would love to see that fight, bro. That would kind of be Ortiz's first real test. Other than Wilder.
That would get him. Joe Joyce versus Dubois again.
Joe Joyce versus Dubois.
That's actually happening.
Yeah, I'm gonna cover that fight for sure. I like Joe. I like both of them. I'm the only Joe Joyce fan in North America. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, because Joe Joyce. I've seen him do interviews, man. It's like watching Kawhi do interviews. He's such a boring guy.
Listen to this on Candy Slim 501 said Benavidez will beat Better BF.
No, he wouldn't.
Why he probably he went up to get ranked at light heavyweight and he went right back down when he seen who was the number 1 light heavyweight.
Why does everyone hate Better BF? I don't think Dubois is getting knocked out.
It'd be a good fight. Joe Joyce got some. He's slow, but man, I like Joe.
People do know that Dubois is the favorite.
And somebody say how was Povetkin the underdog in the rematch? Because it's in the UK.
He's the underdog in the rematch because they see it because Dylan White, got he got clipped, and people see it like that. But my thing is this: Dylan White's having a quick his turnaround is too fast. That guy didn't even get a chance to recover. Think about the Eddie Hunt threw him back in. Johnny was back in training within that week. CJ,
stupid. I would have took a vacation. I would have got me 3 or 4 Mayweather girls to suck me dry and sex me dry, and I would have just thought about boxing in January.
Oh my Lord. People do really be stealing Floyd's girls.
I mean, Ray J, the girl Ray J was married with that he's divorcing, that was Floyd's ex-girlfriend.
Didn't Nelly take one of his girls too?
Yep,
and
Tank took one of his girls. That's why Tank got into it with his baby mama, I heard, because she was jealous of old girl. So I mean, that's just something you heard. Neutral Natural said Ortiz fought a Ring Magazine top 10 heavyweight in Brian Jennings before he went to a 2-year layoff. Yeah, he knocked out Brian Jennings, and Jennings wanted to rematch after he got popped hot. I mean, remember back in the day when Brian Jennings and Deontay Wilder was the fight that everybody in America wanted to see?
No, we know how that fight would have turned out if it happened.
Hey, look. At the time, 90% of people was picking Brian Jennings, and I was one of those.
Because 90%. Keep in mind, Wilder during that time period, even though he was sloppy, he was boxing. He boxed the whole 12 rounds against. And they
used to go at it. They used to go at it on every show, every podcast. That fight should just happen. If Wilder gonna retire, that fight should just happen for the culture.
He's gonna knock him out, man.
I mean, he'll give Brian Jennings a good payday.
And he's gonna he can pay for his hospital bills.
Maybe Wilder got PSTD, whatever they call it. He ain't the same fighter. He said,
Brian Jennings has been knocked. That's why he's been knocked out. Like he got knocked out by Oscar Rivas too.
He was winning that fight, and didn't he lose to somebody in the UK too, or was that Malik Scott?
No, he fought Dubois.
Did he fight Dubois? No, was it Joe Joyce? He got beat up by Joe.
It was Joe Joyce or Dubois, one of the two.
Oh, I should have bet on that fight, bro. Everybody was saying, "Oh, damn, Brian Jennings gonna beat him." Huh?
No, but Joe Joyce was getting hit by out of shape Stevan, even worse Stevan that Wilder.
I don't care. I knew he was gonna beat Brian Jennings' ass. I should have bet some money on that one. I knew he was gonna beat Brian Jennings. Neutral National say I sent him to fight on Fight Night Champions and Joyce KO Du Bois in 4. Yeah, okay.
Oh my lord, man! Imagine Joyce versus Brazil. That would be the slowest fight ever.
I guess you ain't seen George Foreman fight.
Nah, two slow guys fight like Joyce versus Brazil. That would be
Du Bois slow too. He got a little bit more speed to do.
He's faster than Joyce.
So all right, we got our 5 heavyweights. So our 5 was what? Fury, AJ, Wilder, Povetkin, and who was 5?
Just slap Joyce there. Not Joyce, freaking Dubois.
Yeah, we can say the winner of that. And then you got some other guys in there too. You got you know the other guy I'm talking about, whatever his name, Felipe or Philip Hargrovich. You know, you ever seen him fight?
Yeah, he's solid.
He sparred Wilder too.
He's a matchroom fighter, isn't he?
You say what?
He's a matchroom fighter.
Yeah, he is. You got Michael Hunter.
Joseph Parker. I forgot he existed.
Yeah, Joseph Parker. You got Oscar Rivas, Michael Hunter, Derek Chisora. Right there. Your boy, your favorite fighter, Charles Martin.
Oh Lord. You know what? Yeah, I have a feeling that Derek Chisora is gonna beat Usyk.
Lee, salute. You say you got a feeling that who gonna beat Usyk?
Chisora.
Hey man, I'm thinking about putting a couple dollars on that, bro.
Yo, do you know Showbiz the adult put 10K on Lomachenko to beat Fig?
You said what?
Showbiz the adult put 10K on Lomachenko to beat Lopez.
he took his coke money. He took his coke money to and lost it.
Duh.
He took his coke money. That dude's a cokehead, bro. You can just tell every time somebody keep touching their nose, that's a cokehead.
Do you know what's it? He quit his job and went YouTube full time. I
ain't mad at him. Shit. I ain't mad at him. Whatever he doing, he growing fast. But it's an unsure market though. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, I know Tyson invited him to his ranch.
Oh, Tyson Fury?
Mike Tyson.
Oh, that's cool. You gonna smoke some weed? Hey Mike, I don't want this green stuff. You got some of that white stuff? We don't grow that. We don't grow cocoa plants here, man. But I got a good cocaine that I had back in the 80s.
Yo, Mike Tyson attacks video. That was the most awkward live I've ever seen, man.
You ain't lying. All right, man, I'm just training. I'm training too, man. You know, you know, you fighting Boy Jones. When is it? Yeah, November 20th. That should be Tank Trainer. I bet Tank come in shape.
Because he'd be scared.
Tank would be in shape. He wouldn't be talking about. He would be talking about
sparring.
He wouldn't be talking about sparring them like he do Mayweather. Don't nobody respect Mayweather, bro. Don't nobody respect Mayweather street credibility. I got more street cred than Floyd Mayweather.
The women don't respect him too. That's why they leave him for broke niggas.
You ain't lying, bro. Nelly got way more street killer bitch. Nelly used to slang dope in these streets. He can't compete with Nelly.
Andre Butler took his chick, man.
Berto got more swag than him. Shoot. You got all them skills, but ain't got no game outside the ring.
Andre Butler.
He said Hunter looking like a better heavyweight than Usyk. Hey, that was a good fight when they fought. Hunter had the skill to beat Usyk. He just didn't have the stamina.
Yo, wait, Hunter for a close fight with Povetkin.
Yeah, it looked way better than it did before, didn't it? After Dillian White was looking at the stars.
Oh man, this is the way Dillian White got dropped.
And I thought he was about to stop Povetkin, bro.
The way that uppercut, the way he just laid down, man. He always laying against the ropes like he did against Adrian.
That's what he get talking about Wilder too.
Yeah, he was laughing at. Dillian White laughing at everyone, calling everyone bums. And
yeah, I seen that. Out. And did the announce and it being no fans in there, and you could just hear the corner and a few people in there. Oh! That shit was funny, bro. Like the best thing with no fans in there, you can hear everything, bro. As soon as he got knocked out, whoa! You can hear Eddie Hart crying, bro. Like his body, like dog, like his head went to sleep, his legs just, dude.
What's it? You know, anytime Tony Belly tweets something that nobody likes it, they just people just put a picture of him laying on the floor when he fought Usyk.
He got tired. That was a stamina stoppage.
He was outboxing Usyk.
He was.
And he was showboating. He had his hands against the rope. Hands
But he
behind
got
his
tired.
I
See,
was
when
like,
you fight Usyk or you fight Lomachenko, if you ain't got enough power to put them out, you better be able to have the stamina because they stop you off of stamina. You got some
or you
knockout.
can make them, or you should make them go backwards.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have energy to do that. You can't make them go backwards for 12 rounds if you ain't got no stamina. So when you fight them dudes, you better come in shape.
Yeah.
Y'all got any questions? We'll
I
take some
thought
questions while we
Teofimo
talking.
Lopez was gonna slow down in the.
He
And then
did. He didn't. He
you know
didn't have to
what's
do
so funny?
nothing. He didn't have to do nothing.
If Tio fought Lomachenko like he did in the 12th, I reckon he could have. There would have been a chance that he could have stopped him.
I mean, he didn't cut the ring off. That's all that boiled down to. He do that with Devin Haney, he gonna get beat on.
Mm-hmm.
He gotta learn to cut that ring off. Him and Danny Garcia, the daddy boys, his daddies don't know how to teach them how to cut the ring off.
Because one thing I noticed is when Lomachenko got hit, he was stepping backwards.
Yep. I mean, he didn't have no offense off the back foot. I told you he couldn't fight off the back foot. People said, but you were wrong. Well, I don't feel too bad about me being wrong.
It was like Lomachenko.
Hold on. Nobody could have predicted Lomachenko would have gave up like 7 or 8 straight rounds.
It's the power, man.
And then when he punched, he had Teofimo head, flapping back. He was hurting Tio every time he hit him. I don't know what it was. I don't feel bad that he lost. I just ain't gonna give Teofimo Lopez a whole bunch of credit. That fight was given to him.
He said he hurt his arm.
Who, Tio?
Lomachenko.
Oh yeah, I mean that's possibly so. He probably got hurt in the fight. Because you can talk all the junk. You can talk about all that junk about he got a shot before the fight. Pacquiao didn't get no shot versus Floyd. Floyd wouldn't let Pacquiao get that shot.
That what's it? Them
Look here. If they fought again, I'll still pick Lomachenko.
If he's scared of the power, then there's no point.
Man, he know. Hey, look here. Somebody that's scared of power, they wouldn't want no rematch.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. I don't think a rematch is gonna happen.
I wouldn't rematch him neither. Straight up, I wouldn't rematch him. Sure, if I'm Teofimo Lopez, I'll ride the Bob train.
The reason why they don't have a rematch clause was because of Lomachenko. Lomachenko basically put the shot. He gave him the shit end of the stick.
Man, Lomachenko he gonna be the Luis Ortiz of lower weight classes. He gonna have a hard time getting fights. Ain't no point in fighting him now. For what? He got beat on twice. And what is it? 17 fights in the professionals. He lost twice.
He wouldn't, because when he was getting hit, I was like, Lomachenko, this guy just took a step back. He didn't want to go forward no more.
He can't fight on the back foot. He couldn't fight on the back foot. Then he started getting dirty with Lomachenko. I mean with Tio too. Tio got around to get dirty back. He said second round he got popped and was gunshot to. I mean, hey, like I said before,
I remember he tried to go to his right.
Somebody that got hit like that don't want no rematch.
One there again.
He said T.O. should get 110% credit. I ain't giving him 100%. Y'all give him credit, but 110% mean he would have just bulldozed over Lomachenko and just knocked him out. Y'all don't see.
Jordan is I think Teofimo Lopez was low key. If Lomachenko fought like he normally does, was low key nervous as well because because I've seen Teofimo Lopez in other fights. He's been way more aggressive than he showed in this fight. Because
he got hurt. He was getting hurt by them little arm shots. He said Derevchenko still getting Derevchenko a punching bag. No offense to him. He a punch. You ever play Fight Hype when they got the punching bag?
Yep.
Or a speed bag? You got a weed.
Derevchenko's been in like 3 tough fights in a row.
Yep. They just beating on him. He the PBC.
That's been a bad year for Derevchenko's Ukrainian, right?
Where the hell he from?
It's been a bad year for Ukrainians.
For Eastern Europeans in general, it's been a bad year.
They've been getting their ass whooped to left and right.
By each other, too. They've been fighting each other, too, for the last couple years.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Triple G.
Golovkin is another big fight away from just getting completely knocked out.
He about to fight a nobody.
Yeah,
he should be fighting Demetrius Andrade. You said what?
You see what he looks like when he fights actual good contenders?
Who you talking about again? I lost my thought.
Golovkin.
He garbage. I've been telling y'all that. He was struggling with Kasim Uma.
Man, Eastern Europeans really have no defense. Always getting hit in every fight, man.
But Paulo Malignaggi say they're the dominant fighter, though. They ain't got no defense. The only one that got defense that I could think of, I can't think of none that really got no defense.
Do you reckon Lomachenko would lose to Tank?
I don't know. I wouldn't even have an opinion. I'll stay away from that one. I would probably pick Lomachenko to win, but I wouldn't be confident in that one.
Would you be confident in Tank versus Lopez?
Nope. I'll probably sit in the middle on that one. That could go either way.
I think if it goes late, then Lopez is gonna win. I don't trust Tank.
I can agree. I mean, Tank ain't been 12 that many times. That what happened with knockout puncher. I think the more he goes 12, true. The better he get.
What's it? Tank was struggling to get rid of one-legged Gamboa.
That was the first time he probably went past like 10 rounds too, wasn't it?
Yep. No, if he struggles against Santa Cruz and he don't take him out within 6 rounds,
Tank
overrated.
Tank kind of come out slow too sometimes. So,
he better be on Santa Cruz.
See, he had never had great stamina unless he I keep asking questions. He had never had great stamina until he stayed in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Spence need Crawford, he won't have any meaningful fights with him. I mean, either one of them. Because
someone made a good point, yeah. When you really think about it, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, they technically don't need to fight each other at this weight class because for the most part, they're always going to be in the same weight class.
Teofimo Lopez too.
Yeah. So I feel like they're eventually going to fight each other.
Yeah, down the road.
Devin Haney ain't going to fight nobody for a long time.
Not until you get out that Eddie Hearn contract.
Nah, he's comfortable there.
I ain't mad. He getting the same amount of money that T.O. got. He getting $2 million to fight Gamboa.
But he won't even fight Fortuna.
Well, he tried to fight Fortuna at the end, but I guess Golden Boy. I don't know what happened, but at one point he did try to fight him, but I think they still was planning to do the what's the other fight? The Linares fight, but now that came off.
Yo, Teofimo Lopez. If I think he's beating Ryan Garcia.
Johnny Law says Tank gonna run through Santa Cruz. Now think about boxing. Y'all gotta understand. It don't usually go the way you think it's gonna go.
Every time you say that, man, the most unlikely scenario happens.
It do. I mean, we all thought that it was gonna be T.O. by knockout or Loma by decision. Loma won a decision. Everybody thought it was gonna be Wilder by knockout or Fury by decision. Fury won by knockout. In this era of boxing,
won by decision.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Did he beat Fury by decision?
No, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised at nothing in boxing. Gemini, salute. He said Floyd got money. No, you think?
Wait. So do you think Ryan Garcia can beat Teofimo Lopez?
Nope. Nope.
I don't think he can. I think he's
look. If he got the power that it looked like he got, which I ain't sold on that neither. If he stopped Luke in spectacular fashion, I'll stay away from that fight. What if he catch Teofimo Lopez and sleep him? Maybe.
But Teofimo Lopez can catch him with the Kome punch.
I can definitely see that happening.
I keep in mind, Ryan Garcia keeps his chin straight up. His chin's always there.
I could definitely see that happen.
I don't know. I can see Ryan Garcia quitting.
He said Max Kellerman said Spence needs to stop making excuses with the promotional companies. ESP low key trying to apply pressure because Crawford about to leave. That's why. That's all that is. Crawford about to leave. Even Bob Arum said it.
Oh yeah, on Sky Sports, Ryan Garcia's been talking mad trash about Luke Campbell.
Watch he mess around and get put to sleep. Watch. Luke Campbell can punch though. I'm definitely gonna go live for that fight.
He's been talking trash about every fighter, man. Like he's got a belt.
I mean,
Devin Haney said they should put an asterisk on Teofimo Lopez having a WBC belt.
Wow,
he has it.
I mean, it is what it is. I ain't never considered Devin Haney a real champion.
Why would you be proud of having a belt that you never fought for?
You talking about Teofimo Lopez?
No,
Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Yeah, his daddy. That's all they got to hang on. He said, "Where's the Lomachenko?" It ain't like he got. Well, when he was crying, he said, "Where do you go from here, Loma?" I go home. That was funny. He was like, "I go." See, look here.
Lomachenko didn't expect. He didn't expect Teofimo Lopez to do anything that would give him any sort of problem. Because if you look at the way he was smiling at Lopez. He was smiling and laughing.
That was all for play. His daddy. Hold on, I don't even know what this button do. Okay. His daddy psyched him out with the power. He believed the hype before he stepped in the ring.
And then when you got
that's
touched,
all that was.
I'm good.
Hell yeah, I want this. So I mean, it is. I mean, I'm not gonna just say he wasn't no good fighter. 2 gold medals.
I want to see him fight Shakur.
That can go either way, in my opinion. If I'm secure, that means. I mean, if he do that, he's just going to be a competitor. That'd be Shakir told him to stay at 35 today. If you look at that sparring picture, it look like Lomachenko got the worst end of that sparring. Y'all keep asking questions. They do. I mean, I was looking at that picture earlier today when I put it in my thumbnail.
If you look at spar, it looked like Dylan White was getting beaten up by Lawrence Coley.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, true. Gennaro Jackson salute. He said, "How much does Danny?" Hold on. He said, "How much of a chance does Danny have against Earl?" I got him robbing Danny. You heard it here first. I think Al Heyman like Danny more than Earl.
I could see Danny Garcia knocking out Errol Spence.
I mean, he came back too quick. Look at Felix Verdell. I was thinking about this the other day. He got that motorcycle accident. He never was the same.
Oh, yeah.
That's a little different, but I don't mess with motorcycles.
The bad thing is about if you beat Errol Spence, it's going to be an asterisk. He's going to be one of those fighters. If he beats, like, Errol Spence before the car accident was unbeatable, man. No one could touch Errol before the car accident.
He about to become the new Focus AB and the Prime Roy Jones, you saying?
Yep.
C. Ragnark, he say Danny can't hang with Elite, but great test for Earl, messed up with for the crowd. Yeah.
Let's be honest.
He can't hang with the welterweight elites. I agree with that.
If Sean Porter had power, Sean Porter is knocking out everybody.
Easily. I think the only guy that probably can possibly be him is maybe Thurman. He said, I let that boy hit me. I ain't let Danny beat on me, though. I think maybe Thurman and Bud can give him the best run.
If Sean Porter had power, man.
Them the only two that can give him the best run because he got some great stamina, but he don't know how to punch. That's all. He don't sit on his shots. If he sat on his shots,
should have given Mikey Garcia power.
Oh, I want to talk about this too. I mean, who will win Lomachenko and Mikey Garcia? I might do this video tomorrow. Who you gonna think win that at 35?
Mikey Garcia.
Me too. Mikey probably push harder than.
I don't know why he never put him.
Me neither. Like why? Like Mikey Garcia, he just don't have no confidence. I ain't never seen a fighter with his ability that lack that much confidence.
Because he's never fought a tough fight in his whole entire life.
You ain't lying, bro. Like if he would have look if Lomachenko was running from T.O. Power, Mikey Garcia would have had him on the run, bro.
You know what's funny? There's this chance that that if you look at Teofimo Lopez could get stronger if he goes up in weight in terms of his power.
It depends. He got too many technical issues though, bro.
That's true.
He better stay away from certain fighters, bro.
We can get a new trainer.
His daddy would have did a Roger and Zapp on his ass. You too young for that though. I don't know anybody old enough to remember that. You know who Roger and Zapp is?
Nah.
Computer Love. Know that song?
Yeah, I heard of it.
Tupac and Dre, Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
California. He the one that's singing. I forget which one that was singing the back. Well, long story short, Roger and Zapp, they had a couple songs as well too. I can't remember the other ones offhand, but they was brothers that sung, and they pretty much mastered the auto tune. And I can't remember which one. Which one was blowing up. He was doing songs with Tupac and stuff, and the other brother got jealous and killed him.
Damn.
True story. His brother, he killed his own brother because his brother was getting too. Well, that was the word on the street. I remember I worked at a plant on the east side. It was Jefferson North Plant. They make the Dodge Durangos, and I think they make the Jeep Grand Cherokee. And one woman was cheating on her. One woman was cheating on her man in there, and the dude came up there. And long story short, he chased her on Belle Isle and killed her because she was cheating on him. These dudes be weak in the head, bro.
Wait, I saw a video on Instagram when that happened on Twitter.
Dayton, Ohio, my city. Yeah, salute to Dayton. Mikey probably got some balls. Man, Mikey ain't gonna mess with. Yeah, he said it was Roger. Man, Teofimo. Hey, look, Sean Porter, daddy got him in the lifetime contract, bro. taking like 70% of his purse.
Do that.
Taking like 60% of his purse. Who'll do that to their son, bro?
Yeah, Sean Porter's dad looks like some sort of. He looks like a guy that would be a pimp.
He pimp his own son out. Gennaro Jackson said, y'all keep asking questions. He said, do you agree with everybody saying Haney and Lopez need? No, it don't need to happen next. For what? Devin Haney can sit where he sit at. Enjoy the money he getting. Lopez ain't got to fight him next. I wouldn't fight him next for what? Devin Haney better bust a move. He better go pull out a cardboard and go spin on it like breaking. He better, man. Devin Haney need to do something.
Devin Haney low-key stupid, man. You know, none of the fighters you want to fight is over there, but you still go and sign that. For like 4 weight classes, he go down, up, and up, man. That's his fault. Him and his daddy enjoy that money, though. I ain't mad at him. Enjoy that money. He'll never get a fight for real. Bob Arum ain't stupid. He'll never make that fight. Bob Arum will never make that fight. They know Devin Haney been beating on that boy in that gym. Devin Haney should have just signed with Al, bro. Well, if you still look at it, yeah. Wait, so who has the best resume in boxing?
Canelo.
Other than Canelo.
Pacquiao, Danny Garcia. I don't know. Who else we got? I was the only one I could think of. Keith Thurman. Oh, he didn't drop off. Keith Thurman. Chavez Jr.
Oh Lord. that quitter.
Yeah, Demarius said, "Yeah, Devin got to do something." No disrespect. I think he'll beat on everybody. Probably not can name Shakur. I want to see him fight Gary Russell's little brother. That'd be a good fight.
I reckon Gary Russell's little brother might. We could end up seeing happen.
He was beating on Jerron Ennis in the amateurs.
We could see Jerron Ennis versus Devin Haney.
Hey, look, down the road, I love that fight. That'd be a good fight. I mean, he naturally bigger. It'd be interesting. That's an interesting fight, though.
And I feel like Jerron Ennis is gonna have the right fights to make him better.
Boston Gerard say Khan low key has a good oh yeah, Amir Khan definitely got a good resume. Even Breeders Prescott knocked him out. Zab Judah, Marcos Madonna, Julio Diaz. Who else he done fought?
Amir Khan versus Teofimo Lopez, 140.
At their best?
They were at their best, and Amir Khan winning. He had feet.
Yeah, I'll give me Amir Khan. But I can't really talk about that. At 35, give me Teofimo Lopez for sure. At 35, Lopez.
I reckon Amir Khan can knock him out at 40.
Man, I got to see what he look like at 40 first.
I'm saying that chin.
At 35, shit, I got Lopez.
Amir Khan's chin?
Hey, Amir Khan versus Sean Porter at Amir Khan best, that would have been a good fight.
Oh man, I can see Amir Khan. I can see a Paulie Malignaggi versus Sean Porter similarity in that one.
yeah, I can see that happening.
Amir Khan don't like physical fighters.
Mm-mm.
Oh, don't have been the worst fight for Amir Khan. Amir Khan versus Jeff Horn.
Amir Khan versus give me Jeff Horn. But Damon Webster said Bob said that Haney signed with the wrong promotional. They're afraid of Haney. And that's his problem. He did sign on the wrong side of the street. When Earl Spence, hold on. Because he had his own promotional company, and Eddie Hearn running that too. But when Earl Spence said it's all cool, it's all good. So I don't feel bad for nobody. I don't feel bad for Big Charlo. I don't feel bad for Crawford. I don't feel bad for Devin Haney. I'm gonna feel bad with somebody cashing $2, $3, $4, $5 million checks.
What's his name? Errol Spence was laughing at Shakur for being with Top Rank.
and now they got the juice. They got the best young fighters coming up.
Yeah.
Bob Arum then monopolized the heavyweight division.
Yeah, he did it so low key.
He got Tony Yoka. He got everybody. FN Jobway, Tony Yoka, Oscar. Man, he got everybody.
He did it so slick as well.
He signed all them. He signed everybody, bro. And at one point, he had Andy Ruiz too.
Yeah, he has the whole 135-pound division for the most part.
He got the whole 140-pound division titles.
Mm-hmm.
Got the whole heavyweight. He
When
got
you
the
think about
whole.
it,
Hold on.
he actually has the best weight classes where the best fights actually
Look, he
happen.
got heavyweight, light heavyweight, lightweight, 130. Sheesh. He got like
Them
four
divisions
major.
don't have. He has no 54 fighters.
Nope. He got the smaller weight classes too.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if Canelo go over there. Whew. He said, Gennaro Jackson say, man, I wish Bud and Spence would fight at the Barclays Center one. Man, that's too small for that. But hey, look here, man. I'll definitely go to that. I know exactly where to stay at for the Barclays Center. I probably stay in Brooklyn. I love Brooklyn. Man, Brooklyn ain't what it used to be, but Brooklyn go hard. They should do that joint at the hey, they should do that joint at the Yankee Stadium then. Do it in the Bronx. Yeah, go ahead.
You got Sean Porter or Josh Taylor.
Josh Taylor.
Yeah, do you think Josh Taylor versus the top welterweights is gonna be a good fight?
Yeah. He ain't got the longest arms though. That might hurt him. But I think he can compete. I'm sure he can beat him. He can compete. We'll see. He definitely got a chin. Him and Regis Progress definitely could take a punch.
Yeah, Regis Progress, man. He was taking a lot of shit during that fight, man.
Yeah, he wasn't. Neither one of them was getting shook up. Neither. They both got good chins.
I think Regis Progress is 140. But him, Robert Easton Jr. versus freaking Maurice Hooker is a good fight. I thought about that. I don't know who's winning that one.
Yeah, man. I like both of them.
You're gonna see a bunch of big dudes in low weight class, not even using their reach.
He said, "Do that shit at Citi Field. The Bronx too crazy for a fight." You ain't lying. Yeah, when I go to New York, I stay right next to Citi Field. I see it all the time. Where the Mets stay. I live right there in the Chinese part of Flushing. And they ain't got no clothes bigger than a 1X in there.
Wait, so why don't no fighting Fury no more?
That's what they saying.
So you might as well
fight. Yep, Taylor can beat Danny. Oh, he'd be beating on Danny unless he get caught.
Nah, I think
Flushing Queens. I'll be staying at that, not the JFK. I never been to the JFK airport, but I'll be staying at the other one, the Mackinac, whatever it's called. Yeah, I'll be staying in that area, bro.
This is gonna be the hungriest Danny Garcia we've seen.
He been sparring for like 8 months
in years.
Kobe 2K fans say I'm looking for an apartment out there. Oh man, it's definitely they got the city buses. It definitely go down over there. You know, I'll be one day I came from the fight at the Barclays Center with Broner and Vargas, and I had really never took Uber or Lyft for real unless I go out of town. And this dude charged me like $20 for like an $8 ride, and I didn't know you could dispute it.
One fight I wanted to actually see Adrian Broner versus Amir Khan.
Yeah, I still take part of that. Adrian Broner coming back. He coming back. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he need money. All the kids he got.
I wanted to see Amir Khan versus Kell Brook. Well, I think Crawford gonna end Kell Brook's career, man.
What if he done? What if Crawford? What if Kell Brook catch him? Chocolate bunnies for everybody.
Then the LDBC are gonna be loving it.
Chocolate bunnies for everybody. Everybody gets chocolate, but people don't realize that Errol Spence don't have another legacy fight. It ain't damn one at 54. Ain't nothing but heartache and pain at 54.
I remember I saw when Kell Brook pulls up to Errol Spence and asks him for a rematch at 54 and said, "You can't hurt me at 54."
I guess he was hurting him at 47. He said, "You said Vargas and Broner fight with Joe." Yeah, it was, man. That's the night Tekashi 6'9" and then was shooting in the Barclays Center.
Yeah, well, didn't Adrian Broner call out 6'9" after the fight?
Something like that. That was a good ass night. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and everything. She got my order wrong. I got all the way back.
About 6'9", man. I saw a video of someone make him crap himself, and they're beating his ass in Chicago.
No, that was Lil Reese.
Oh, hold on, 6'9".
No, that was Lil Reese. That was like years ago. But they said he didn't crap himself. That's just the way them draws was made. So I don't know. He said nobody giving Leo Santa Cruz a chance against Tate. You might want to go put a couple dollars on him then. But yeah, let me get out of here, man. I gotta leave. But I appreciate you for coming on, Dr. Blick, man. If we go live for the UFC fight card, I'll hit you up tomorrow.
Man.
I appreciate y'all. Keep sharing the videos. He said, yeah, I was there that night. I went to Poppin' Bar in Brushwood. Yeah, I should. I wish I would have talked to you then. I would have went. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in. We gone.